أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا وشفيع ذنوبنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل
وعلى
محمد.
أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كل نفس ذائقة الموت صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Tonight being Thursday night, we remember the fact that many times we recite Surah Al-Fatiha for our marhumin. And it's a time when we remember the mortality of the human being. The fact that our time here on this earth is fixed. There'll come a moment when we are no more, each and every one of us. It's a fact of life, and in many ways it's what gives life its value. If you had an endless amount of money, every dollar would stop mattering after a certain point, right? Because it's endless. Imagine, maybe some of you like to go to Disney World, for example. If you can go to Disney World an unlimited number of times, each individual trip to Disney will stop mattering. It's unlimited. The same thing with our life. If we had an infinite amount of time to live, what good would that life be? And where can you possibly get a concept of accountability? How can someone judge if the whole record is not complete? How can there be judgment on something where there's still a possibility that someone could still be a good person or a bad person? If we don't actually have a complete record, we can't make any judgment on that. So Allah has created for us death, an end to this life, and a transition to the next. And sometimes, this is something that people are afraid of. There's reason to be afraid of it, but there's also reason to not be afraid of it. So, there's no reason to be afraid if you've been muttaqi in this life. If you've been obeying Allah and doing what you're supposed to do in this life, there's no reason to fear it. In fact, in the last moments of Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam, he sees Malakul Maut and he says, how is it possible that people are scared of you? You look so beautiful. How is that even possible? You might say, oh, he's Nabi of Allah. Of course, that's him, his experience. What about our experience? But the fact of the matter is, if you are muttaqi, if you follow the path of Allah, if you follow the teachings of the prophets of God, if you follow the imams, Malakul Maut is nothing to be scared of. But at the same time, I don't want to, as much as I want to give hope for everyone, too much hope is also not a good thing. We need to also understand that there's need for us to hold ourselves accountable too. There's a little bit of fear necessary too in this. And I'll give you a story as well. I want to balance it out here. I give you one equation, one side of the equation, which is a lot of hope. I'd give you a little bit of fear too in the next part. So I'll give you another story of a prophet, Nabi Nuh alayhi salam, his final moments. Malakul Maut comes to take the life of Nabi Nuh, and he makes a request. Is it okay if I take a step into the shade? That will give me a little more comfort when you remove the soul from the body. And the request is granted. And Nabi Nuh steps into the shade, and he says, all my entire life has felt as short-lived as that one step from the sun into the shade. And how long did Nabi Nuh live? Some estimates go as high as 2,500 years. You and I can't understand how long that is. We don't understand. That's much, much longer than no one we know has ever lived 2,500 years, right? And now that life that Nabi Nuh is talking about, that one moment, that maybe a few steps at most, from sun to shade, all his 2,500 years felt as short as that. What's our 60 years then? What's our 70 years, 80 years, maybe 90 at best? Compared to that 2,500 years just being that one step into the shade, our 60 years is not even a blink of an eye compared to that. So that means every day we spend here, we have to make sure that we're doing the right thing, that we're following the teachings of Allah at all times. And these Thursday nights are a chance for us to seek forgiveness and to remain on the right path. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خير خلقه وحبيب إلهنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين لا سيما مولانا وحجتنا بقية الله في السماوات والأرضين روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء. There is a dua of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam that he used to recite in his every day of his life. These supplications and these du'as are actually it's just like a waking call, like he's trying to wake us up, that we need to recite. These are very simple du'as, but these du'as can change our lives. These du'as can actually ruin the evil desires in our inside. Imagine how beautifully they would live and how beautifully they would talk to Allah and how approachable Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is for them when they recite these dua and how easy they ask these important good deeds from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Most of the supplications of Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wassalam starts with the salawat. And we have the hadith that one of the supplications and the du'as that you definitely get the answer for it is salawat. So that's why whenever you want to do dua, whenever you supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make sure you started with the salawat because that's the dua that can never be rejected by Allah because this is the dua supplication that has been actually said by Allah Himself. Allah Himself loves this dua. So He says, وَوَفِّقْنَا فِي يَوْمِنَا هَذَا وَلَيْلَتِنَا هَذِهِ وَفِي جَمِيعِ أَيَّامِنَا. Oh Allah, honor us, give us the honor today, tonight, and in every day of our life. Give us the tawfiq to offer these things in our life. Number one, لِإِسْتِعْمَالِ الْخَيْرِ. You know, offering good deeds is so good. Like sometimes, as I said before to my brother about the hadith of Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, that Imam alayhi salatu wasalam says, be like a flower. The flower gives its good smell to everyone. So whoever passes by a flower, they will be happy with it, right? And flower is not only for good people, it's for bad people too. So when you help people, it will definitely come back to you. So sometimes we only, like focus on our family, for example, on our friends. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala generally he says, In ahsantum and in ahsantum li anfusikum. Any good deed that you offer in your life will come back to you. You go to the street, you see someone is in need of help, right? He needs help right now. So right, you stop and you help him. That will come back to you somehow. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala counts all these good deeds. Sometimes when they are too much, Allah grants you a big barakah, a big blessing. Like those people who are rich, but they are cheap, but they don't want to give, they don't want to help. They save, without even thinking about poor people, without even thinking about their Islamic obligation, without building masjid, school, hospital. Like they have a lot of money, but they just keep everything for themselves. Those people will save, but this saving account will be accountable when? At the day of judgment. At the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put some fires, this is the verse of Quran, in their body. And then they ask, what are these fires? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, هذا ما كنزتم لأنفسكم فذوقوا العذاب بما كنتم تكسبون. These are the monies or the wealth that you saved in your life without giving it. So that is turned to the fire now. Now you have to taste it. So that means if we don't share our properties with poor people, with the people who are in need, that will turn to the fire, and we see them at the day of judgment as a fire. So this is very important as a lesson that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to tell us, like, if you do not do good in your life, that deed will turn to the fire. That bad deed that we offer in our life will turn to the fire. So Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam says in this hadith, oh Allah, give me the tawfiq and the honor to offer good every day. وَهِجْرَانِ الشَّرِّ. Hijran is like migration, means like once you migrate from one place to another place. For example, you migrated from India to America, right? So you're not living in India anymore. Physically, you're presented, we're in America, right? So America is your life right now, okay? So that means you migrate from one place to another place. When Imam alayhi salatu wasalam uses the word migration, hijran, that means I don't want to be on shar, on bad deeds anymore, on evils. Oh Allah, give me the tawfiq to remove all the evils from my character. This is number two. So this is the dua of Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam, that he's applying this application in his every day of his life. وَشُكْرِ النِّعَمِ, and showing my gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the sustenance that He has sustained me in my life. Have you ever even thought about it today? Like today, for example, when I woke up, how many blessings I received from my Lord. Start from the health. Like sometimes, some people go to the doctor. The other day I had a doctor appointment. I had my checkup. Alhamdulillah, I was fine. But one of the patient was really sad. I said, why? What's wrong with you? And he said, because the doctor found out that I have liver problem. That means my liver is not in a good state, is not in a good shape. I have a problem and I'm sad. And he was thinking, he was stressed about it. You see some people, they have heart issue. You see some people, they have vision problem. They cannot even see. You see some people, they have pain in their body, they cannot sleep well. You have some people, they cannot eat, they cannot swallow. You have some people that they cannot listen, they cannot hear. So now, when you have all these blessings, start from just that. Look at your children. Like there are some people, they have millions of dollars, but they don't have healthy kids. Their kids are handicapped. Like it's very hard to live with a kid who is not stable, right? Who's not able to talk, who's not able to walk. So these are all the blessings. The food that you have, a lot of blessing. Like once you show your gratitude to your Lord, there are lists of blessing that you cannot even count them. These are the things that Imam alayhi salatu wasalam wants to remind us that, oh Allah, give me the tawfiq to be grateful of your sustenance in my every day and every night of my life. So this is what Imam alayhi salatu wasalam says. So number three is being grateful, showing your gratitude to your Lord. وَاتِّبَاعِ السُّنَنِ, following the tradition of the Prophet. Like sometimes we are Muslim, we call ourselves Muslim, but we follow what? The tradition of our cultures, the tradition of our country, without following the tradition of the Prophet, without following the religious ahkam, like the things that are obligated on us. So Imam alayhi salatu wasalam wants to tell us that in my everyday life, oh Allah, give me the honor that I can follow the tradition of the Prophet, the tradition of Islam, the tradition of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Give me the power, give me the honor that I can apply those things in my life. Like one of the tradition of the Prophet is what? Akhlaq, good mannerism, right? Do I have a good mannerism with the people, with my family, with my wife, with my kids? One of the tradition of the Prophet is smile, that Rasulullah would always smile. But am I smiling at people or no? Because Rasulullah says, At-tabassum ila wajhul mu'min as-sadaqa. Once you smile, when you come across with your mu'min, with your believer brother, that smile itself is charity, is like a gift. So this is very important. So that's number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Imam alayhi salatu wasalam says, wa mujanabatil bad'a. Bid'ah. Bid'ah. Sorry. وَمُجَانَبَةِ الْبِدَعِ. Bid'ah. Bid'ah are the things that we create and we put the name of Islam on it. There are a lot of bid'ah that we don't have it. We never had it in Islam. Well, alhamdulillah, we don't have it in our culture, in our community, but there are some communities that they apply the bid'ah. That means they call something Islam while it's not even in Islam. So these are the bid'ah. So, oh Allah, give me the power that if I see something bid'ah around, the things that are not in Islam, if I see the people are applying those things, give me the power to stay away from those things. This is number 5. Number 6, wal amr bil ma'ruf, inviting to the goods. Oh Allah, give me the power, give me the tawfiq to invite people to the goods. Amr bil ma'ruf. And number 7, وَالنَّهْيَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ, forbidding from the evils. Oh Allah, give me the power to stop people from the evils, from the evil deeds. These are the things. The other ones, how many so far? Number 1, khair, offering good deeds. Number 2, staying away from the evils. Number 3, being grateful, showing your gratitude to your Lord. Number 5, following the tradition of the Prophet. Number 6, staying away from the bid'ah. Number 7, inviting people to the goods. Number 8, stopping people from the evil deeds, right? And now وحياطة Islam. Hiyata means protection. Give me the power that I can protect Islam with my good deeds, with my good a'mal, with my words, with my good manners, then how can you to support Islam? When you support Islam, this doesn't mean that you just call yourself Muslim. No, you support Islam with your good deeds, with your good a'mal. While you're a good person, while you're like a nice person, while you offer good deeds, everyone will love you. If you're honest, for example, if you are grateful, if you're cooperative to the people, so people will love you. And that means you are a good Muslim. But God forbid, if I lie and I call myself Muslim, I'm not a good Muslim. If I cheat, if I, take people's right away from them and I call myself Muslim, this is not a good thing. So, oh Allah, give me the power that I can support Islam with my good deeds, with my good a'mal. The other one, وانتقاص الباطل. Batil, nuqsan, means breaking, means destroying. Oh Allah, give me the power that I can destroy the batil, anything bad. Batil is wrong, false, anything false. Oh Allah, give me the power to fight against it. وإذلاله and إذلال, humiliate. Give me the power to humiliate the batil and support the right. وَنُصْرَةِ الْحَقِّ وَإِعْزَازِهِ. نُصْرَةِ الْحَقِّ means, oh Allah, give me the power to support haqq. That means when I see the haqq and batil, oh Allah, give me the power to destroy the batil and give me the power to support the haqq. وَإِرْشَادِ الضَّالِ. Dhal means like those people who are deviated. those people who live with confusion, with deviation. Oh Allah, give me the power to guide them, give me the power to advise them, give me the power to straighten them up to the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمُعَاوَنَةِ الضَّعِيفِ. See, these are the du'as that Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam, in his every day of his life, he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, give me the power that I can support weak people. The people who are weak, the people who are da'if, the people who are having no supporter, give me the power to support them. And oh Allah, give me the power to idrak al-lahif, madloom. Those people who are madloom, oh Allah, give me the power that I can support them. Even with one word I can support madloom, I should support. That's why you come in Ashura and you pray and you show your support to Imam Hussein alayhi salam, because Imam alayhi salatu wasalam was madloom. So how many things Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam asked? Look, number one, offering good deeds. Number two, staying away from the evils. Number three, being grateful. Number four, following the tradition of the Prophet. Number five, staying away from the things that are not in Islam. Number six, inviting people to the goods. Number seven, forbidding people from the evils. Number eight, supporting Islam. Number nine, being against batil. Number 10, being supportive to the right, to the haq. Number 11, inviting people to the path of Allah who are deviated and they live with confusion. And 11 and 12, supporting the weak people. And number 13 is what? Supporting those who are madloom and who are oppressed by the oppressors. Very simple. This is the daily dua of Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wassalam. Allahumma kulli waliyika al-hujjat ibn al-Hasan. صلواتك عليه وعلى أعضائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة، وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا، حتى تسكنه أرضك التوحى وتمتعه فيها طويلا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليك يا وارث آدم صفوة الله. السلام عليك يا وارث نوح نبي الله. السلام عليك يا وارث إبراهيم خليل الله. السلام عليك يا وارث موسى كليم الله. السلام عليك يا وارث عيسى روح الله. السلام عليك يا وارث محمد حبيب الله. السلام عليك يا وارث أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا ابن محمد المصطفى. السلام عليك يا ابن علي المرتضى. السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا ابن خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا ثار الله وابن ثاره والوتر الموتور. أشهد أنك قد قمت الصلاة وآتيت الزكاة وأمرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنكر وأطعت الله ورسوله حتى أتاك اليقين. ولعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، أشهد أنك كنت نورا في الأصلاب الشامخة والأرحام المطهرة، لم تنجسك الجاهلية بأنجاسها ولم تلبسك من مدلهمات ثيابها. وأشهد أنك من دعائم الدين وأركان المؤمنين. وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الرضي الزكي الهادي المهدي. وأشهد أن الأئمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وأعلام الهدى والعروة الوثقى والحجة على أهل الدنيا. وأشهد الله وملائكته وأنبياءه ورسله أني بكم مؤمن وبإيابكم موقن، بشرائع ديني وخواتيم عملي، وقلبي لقلبكم سلم وأمري لأمركم متبع. صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وعلى أجسامكم وعلى شاهدكم وعلى غائبكم وعلى ظاهركم وعلى باطنكم. زيادة علي بن حسين قربة من الله. السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله.
السلام عليك يا ابن نبي الله. السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا ابن الحسين الشهيد. السلام عليك أيها الشهيد وابن الشهيد. السلام عليك أيها المظلوم وابن المظلوم. لعن الله أمة قتلتك، ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك، ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. زيادة الشهداء كربلاء قربة إلى الله. السلام عليكم يا أولياء الله وأحباءه. السلام عليكم يا أصفياء الله وأوداءه. السلام عليكم يا أنصار دين الله. السلام عليكم يا أنصار رسول الله. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليكم يا أنصار فاطمة سيدة نساء العالمين. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي محمد الحسن بن علي الولي الناصح. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي عبد الله. بأبي أنتم أمي طبتم وطابت الأرض التي فيها دفنتم وفزتم فوزا عظيما، فيا ليتني كنت معكم فأفوز معكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء. السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء. السلام عليك يا شمس الشموس يا أنيس النفوس. السلام عليك ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان. الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك، وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك، وجعلنا من أعوانك وأنصارك، ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة بن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة، وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا، حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طوعا